Okay, so day 14 is it's always interesting on the Thursdays when I get to meet up with the nurse, and she always asks me how I'm doing, what I'm doing, and things like that. And today, right from the get go, I was doing good. I was feeling good, and I think she could tell that, and so she was happy about that. My breakfast was a little dry, but it wasn't actually dry. It was oatmeal and Greek yogurt with strawberries in it, mixed together with bananas. But it was really weird because the moment it touched my mouth, it was like almost as dry as sand. It almost felt like, so that's how dry my mouth has become. There we go. A little bit of a realization today with showering off. I was showering, and while I'm told not to wash my face because, of course, my radiation is done on my neck and in this area and stuff. I'm told not to wash my face or to do anything really abrasive to my skin in this area or anything, for obvious reasons, because I wasn't doing anything but just splashing water on my face, and I was just doing this coming down my face, and then I got down to the little bit of a beard / mustache thing I even have, and I went like this, and I had a bunch of whiskers in my hand. So that is my new one for today. New symptom: loss of hair on my face. When I went to radiology, they said that's the radiation. Definitely the radiation, having that one. And so whenever I talked to the nurse and told her about it, she said, yeah, the radiation. Between last night and today, even more so than usual, the inside of my mouth and gums and roof of my mouth and gums on the top, just all over my mouth. I think that's why everything this morning for breakfast was super dry, is because my gums are super dry. They're super wrinkly and old feeling whenever I rub my tongue against them. It's just, it's a desert in there right now, to say the least. So after I got done with my treatments, just hung out with the wife and the baby girl, and spent some time just with ourselves. So it was nice. It wasn't too particularly warm of a day. That was something I was describing to my brother too, when we got to talking about the effects of the cisplatin and stuff like that. I don't know if I included this in one of my other videos, but I'm going to reiterate it if I did. I feel like my core body temperature went down after I initially got injected with the cisplatin. I feel like it's a little bit more difficult to stay warm, especially in my legs and stuff. It's not to say I don't have feeling in my legs or anything like that. It's just a warmth thing. So whenever I get in the shower, I always crank it up and take a nice hot shower. And when I get out of the shower, I'm always freezing cold. So it's a core temperature thing. I was telling my brother that the other day whenever I went running, it felt really good to get my core temperature up, and just it felt good until I went into the shower, and then I got out of the shower, and then I was super cold. So I think that's the effects of the cisplatin. So except for the past 2 days, that's what I was telling my brother too, is that the past 2 days I think I've been fine in that area. But The last time we went running was 3 days ago. So, yeah. Other than that, today was a normal day. Eating. I guess I could have drank a little more water, things like that, to try and help improve my saliva and things, but I guess I didn't really feel I was at that point unless I was eating. I mistakenly ordered a chalupa from Taco Bell today, and didn't think about how that would go down my throat. And so whenever I got it, I was like, oh man, number one, deep fried. That's a no-no. Shouldn't be doing that. I was like, oh well, I ordered it. Better go ahead and choke it down. And I was like, okay, I better be gentle with this. And once again, my throat took it like a champ. It took it like it was almost normal, almost back to being normal. So I'm gonna continue to tout that Manuka Honey as effective for me in my body. Can't speak for everybody, but can say for me. So on that tip, my mom left a comment on one of my videos or posts on Facebook. I can't remember. I'm gonna guess on one of my videos. Asking, more or less asking, what is Manuka Honey? Manuka Honey, as I understand it, is a special kind of honey that is actually from New Zealand / Australia. I think it's from New Zealand though. Maybe Australia too. It is a type of honey particular to that area because of the trees and how they pollinate and stuff. And so of course the bees, whenever they pollinate the trees and stuff, they collect this kind of honey. And it's supposed to, hasn't been substantiated or anything, it's supposed to have medicinal properties in and of itself. I mean, of course, raw honey is known to be a treatment for burns and stuff anyway, but this particular one is supposed to have even more concentrated good stuff to it. And yeah, this particular one, Manuka. Look it up, or I can try to make sure that that's in the description. I'll link to like the Wikipedia or something about the Manuka Honey, or even the WebMD. That's where I got my information. That's right. I looked it up on WebMD.com to find out what it was actually all about. Whenever I started reading about it, because I was a little weary about it at first. I was like, what is this stuff? What is this? Yeah, snake oil that everybody's coming up with on how to make sure you can eat, or how you can make sure that your throat doesn't get whatever. But yeah, I'm a believer, and a believer. Yeah, I definitely told the nurse about it. I told her everything that I was using, because of course that's what I'm supposed to do. And then whenever my doctor came in, my radiology oncologist, whenever he came in, he said that he had heard from the nurse about what I said about the honey and stuff, and he seemed to know about it. The nurse seemed kind of like, whoa, I don't even know what that is. I'll go ahead and write this down, kind of thing. But the doctor seemed to know what it was, or has heard of it, or whatever. So, yeah, that was good. Had a good discussion with him. He says everything's progressing quite well. He said that, of course, he feels that my neck's going down, and of course I know that it is. And the bump on my neck. And so he said, expect within the next couple weeks it's going to continue to go down. And I expect that too. But I also expect next week's going to be quite the challenge. Second dose of chemo. I guess we'll find out tomorrow what kind of dosage of chemo it's going to be. Because I do have a teleconference with the medical oncologist. That would be the chemo. I have an appointment with him to talk to him about how I'm feeling and stuff like that. He's gonna have my blood work that I had done on day 11. He's gonna have that blood work to look off of and be able to say, okay, well, this is where your counts are at, combined with your symptoms that you're still exhibiting, if you're still exhibiting any of these, and we're going to adjust the amount of cisplatin that you're going to be administered based on that. And so I guess we'll find out. Yeah, a little freaked out, to say the least. Got a lot of things up in the air right now, so it's all compounded together. So, yeah, that's day 14. That's it. That's all.